Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cairo Secure show. I want to thank again Dr. Stu Hoffman for giving me the chance to come and share everyone with everyone today in, on the topic of how to master your chiropractic practice from above down, inside out. Um, Probably like 40 years ago, it used to be a dream for me, but now I'm talking about from 40 years, I can look back and just share with you guys, how I created a successful practice. And when I talk about successful practice, is a practice that I see that patients love to come. They love the service we provide, which is principal chiropractic. Okay, they laugh, they grow with me. And they're happy to come. It's not about forcing. There is no a fear tool. Okay, and they also very important. They're happy to pay for the service. So it's a beautiful practice, and the beautiful thing about it is that it keeps getting better and better and better. As Dr. Sid used to tell us, is that your practice is never perfect, but it can be near perfect. And I really feel that my practice keeps going near and near and near perfect just by using a lasting purpose mindset, which we all learned when we were in chiropractic school and while going at the dynamic essentials. Okay. So today, talking about mastering, like what I see is I see a lot of young chiropractors and a lot of them, I love their enthusiasm, I love their passion, and then I see them later on, and then I see them like waning to different places, different states of mind, and what's going on right now is that it's like the lesson of taming the lion, you know. Um, if you're gonna go and tame a lion, you better know what you're doing because when you're going in there, it's your life. Okay, so I want you to understand something. When you have made a decision to be a chiropractor, with that step number one, but your life and the life of everybody around you, can be better, by you mastering or going towards mastering this chiropractic. Okay. Okay. When we talk about mastering is a progressive idea. So you progressively are getting better and better and better, And how do you know? I mean, you can use, there's infinite ways to learn, or to know how you are getting better. But, like in our case, in our business, in our service, we use numbers. Okay. And numbers is how we measure our progression. Okay. And, we have an idea, how far can we go? Okay. And just to tell you something, there is nothing impossible. You can keep going higher, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay. So numbers give us, an idea of where we're going. Okay. We can make numbers with goals and everything. And uh, and by looking at my practice, I can tell you that it was just by using service, love, and commitment to chiropractic, it was always uphill, you know. And as far as since day number one, it was in my mind nothing but I want to take care of these people, I want to serve people. Um, what did I have? I mean, what was the magic? Was it my clothes, my white jacket? No, nothing like that. I was a 24-year-old kid that I opened up my practice in a rural place called Hialeah. And but there was one thing that I look back that I had, and it was so anchored that no matter how big the waves were, I was able to adjust. And that was my belief that my belief was that when I went to school, I have learned and everything that I needed, okay, to start a chiropractic practice. I had a technique, okay. I was very comfortable with my technique, and I was keep improving, you know. I was, I have other techniques also that I can use. So it wasn't just one, you know. So in this case, I got plan A, plan B, plan C, you know. So I knew every technique, you know, was the objective, which is to correct the subluxation. And then another belief that I have, it was that the body can only heal from above down, inside out. There is no other way. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot have the help of a medical doctor or the help of something from the outside. But ultimately, the healing happens from the inside out. And that was my preaching. Okay. And now, you know, as I, you know, as the thing is that by understanding that you know, there's only one way of healing, only one way to be healthy, is from above down, inside out. Then I had to teach that to the world. Okay. And not only that, but the detrimental effects of subluxations, which they had no clue that this subluxation are, you know. So my goodness, you know, it's 7 billion people and they don't know about what a subluxation can do, you know. And what can happen when you make an adjustment with intention and belief, you know, in what can happen to a person, and what can happen to that family, and what can happen to that community, and what can happen to that country, and what can happen to that world. Just think about right now, you know, the amount of subluxated people, you know. I mean, it's crazy what's going on right now. Why? Because people are subluxated, okay? And who is going to come out there and say, hey guys, you know, I can help you? It's got to be you. Okay. But for that to happen, you have to believe. Okay. So there is a big challenge that you haven't. You know how big is the challenge? And BJ used to wrote about it. History repeats. You know, the challenge of that Christopher Columbus had. Okay, for centuries people thought that the Earth was flat. Okay, and if you say that it wasn't, they will kill you just because you say that. Now he proved that that was a, you know, that what you thought it was a truth, it was a limited idea, a limited belief that was stopping society from reaching other places. And because of that discovery, look at what happened now, right? So what about us? What's our big idea? You know, which BJ used to say is bigger than law, bigger than religion. And it is the fact that life flows from above down, inside out. Okay. And we can use that above down, inside out understanding for everything. For everything. Okay. And what can happen when there is a subluxation, an interference to that flow? So my challenge to you is that the world is, they ignore these principles. And like right now, it's like there's so much thirst to understand that because people are looking, you know, and looking, they say, I mean, they cannot understand. And what we're seeing right now is how our limited belief about health, okay, has produced a sick society. And if we can remain loyal to our chiropractic principles and teach that without force, but with power, we can change the world. We can change the world. I really believe that. Okay. So the thing is about as you progressing, in mastering, you practice near perfect, remember? Your practice, your life, everything, you know. My question is, how big is your real estate? Because we're talking about numbers as fact, as say, number tells us if we are, how, how we're growing, which direction we're going, right? We can measure things, okay? But your real estate, just think about this, okay? What would you do if I tell you, listen, Joe, I'm going to give you this house and it's going to cost you $250,000. Okay? And in 10 years, this house has the potential to sell it for $1 million. And it would be for $10 million. And you're going to be paid $1 million every year for 10 years. Okay? I repeat it. So I'm giving you a house for $250,000. You're going to give me 250,000. Maybe you're going to get in debt, but I'm going to assure you that this house has the potential in 4 years has the potential to cost 10 million. Actually, after it has a potential to go up to $10 million. So that's definitely a successful deal, right? Because you're going to make money out of it. Okay. Now we're going to change the name of the house. We're going to put chiropractic education. You're going to go to chiropractic school. You're going to spend 250,000. Actually, you're going to invest. The word spending means that you're not getting anything in return. Okay. So you're going to invest 250,000. But then when you finish, you have a potential to annually earn. I say earn because you're not making money. Okay, you're earning money, $1 million a year. That's your potential, or even more. Okay, so what do you do in chiropractic school? You learn how to serve and what your service are. Okay, and chiropractic, that's another thing. And I mean, how important it is for you to have an identity of what chiropractic is. Because if you're going to make $1 million, like I say, you're going to be earning. How do you earn it? By exchanging your and service and a service of chiropractic, and you're going to be paid for it. That's how powerful it is to be a chiropractor. I was on that. My vision was that, wow, chiropractic is bigger than law, bigger than religion. you know and has been our society has been taught to believe that health is the absence of disease. So everybody in our society, what they feel, they're trying to not to get sick, but they have no clue about life within them and how everybody's life can be better if we have a proper life flow. And if we have somebody can educate us about having a life without subluxations or going towards it. And that's our thing, you know. And progressively we keep getting, I mean, it's amazing when you stick with the principle how it keeps opening up other doors, other doors, other doors, so we can keep on growing, progressively growing. Okay. Our results in our chiropractic offices are due to the fact that we understand the negative implication of a subluxation in people's and health potential. Okay. Our success, your success in practice happens when you are in love with your patients and your patients love you. We are 100% responsible of these circumstances will come by maintaining our focus and our belief we will progressively keep growing. Our principle is a law. And this principle is a law that it flows from above down, inside out, and it provides us with everything. You know, this principle that we can share with the world by using our mind, heart, and hands. That's all we need. Okay, and we have a mouth to express. So that's our service to society. Okay, so now this work happens from the inside out. You must, you can use this chiropractic philosophy towards enhancing your life, enhancing your practice. How? Because you direct yourself to learn from your inside. You learn from innate. And innate is always providing. If you become disciplined, if you talk to yourself with authority, because there is a conversation with yourself every day, that every time, every moment. And your practice and your life can change according to how is your conversation. You must talk about work on your conversation, on your inner talking. All those things are necessary. Why? Because that's your mindset. Okay. Dr. C used to talk about his mindset of lasting purpose got him to what? To create the largest school of chiropractic, funded with 20 students and a rental place. Okay, and now it's a live university with a mindset of lasting purpose, which is how you talk to yourself. So everything is possible. How is your practice? How do you improve your practice? And that is, your practice is like the lion in a cage, and you are the lion tamer. Don't ever go in there without a stick, because you're going to be eaten. So you prepare yourself every day, and you prepare yourself every day so you can go and serve. Okay. And what happened is beautiful. Okay. Because all I can see here is all these people coming into my office. We learned that at DE with Singapores, saying that you have to visualize. Hey, I'm seeing it right here. I can feel my hands on people's atlases, on removing that obstruction, on allowing life to flow from above down, inside out. Healing's happening. And I understand that those healings are happening because innate is expressing 100%. And there is no other way. Okay. But it starts with what you believe, okay, and how you guard your belief. You got to believe in yourself. Okay. How do you believe in yourself? By speaking it, by thinking it, by imagining it, by acting on it. You have to see yourself. Okay. My experience was that I was able to see Dr. Caruso. Okay. And he wasn't just talking, but I saw that he was seeing hundreds of people, and so easy, so simple. Okay. So what happened? I reproduced what he saw, and he told me you can do like this and better, and multiply. Okay, and I just watching how This power, this unseen power that chiropractors work with, will work when you are ready. But you must get ready. And that's work that you do in yourself to unlearn what you don't need. Because there's a lot of people doing a lot of things that they don't need to do, and they do it very well. So you have to unlearn those things, unlearn, and get the simplicity of chiropractic. If you didn't watch my video from last time called KISS, using your KISS to create a great practice, okay, please do so, because it's simplicity. It's simplicity. As you become simple, you become more human with your patients. Okay, where where they can feel the love, they can feel what you're all about it. Okay, and you can express to them is a total different game. You give them hope. You give them hope. You give them a result. You know, and in a moment like today, where there is so much darkness, they see your office as a place of light, and they keep coming and they keep bringing their family because they want to be enjoyed. They want to have a better life. And obviously, living in fear is not the way. Chiropractic teach you to live without fear. Okay, how do you know? How do you empower them? You give them empower them beliefs that there is innate intelligence, there is life within you that can do anything, anything. Okay, and what stop you are subluxations and you. Okay, so you must work on that. Okay, so number one, you made a decision. You're a chiropractor. Number two, okay, you're committing to serve people with chiropractic. Okay, don't dilute it. Use your technique. Okay, and and be loyal to your technique. And if that technique is not if that is not causing what you want, go to plan B. Like I said, I mean, I I love like toggle atlas axes. You know, I love uh, Gunstead. I love Thompson. You know, I mean, I have plan A, B, or C. Okay, and and allow my innate to tell me what to do. But I need to prepare. You need to prepare yourself to listen to your innate. Now, how do you prepare to yourself? Number one, you have to recognize that you have a lot of bad habits, and you have to start watching them. You have to start watching what are your bad habits. And your bad habits is not just, oh, I don't get up early. No, it's not just that. It's how you talk to yourself. Okay, bad habits is how you stop. How you all by yourself you stop believing. Okay, it's too many things that you have in your head that you believe they're not possible. But there's nothing impossible. It's just your belief, like I say. So you must work into believing, okay, and into having better conversations with yourself. Okay, your chiropractic philosophy, you cannot master it, but you can always keep on learning and learning. Where are you going to learn chiropractic philosophy? In a pharmaceutical book? No. On YouTube? No. On Facebook? No. You got to get on the green books. Get on the green books. Get on books like Dr. Barch, Dr. Sid Williams. Success comes from the heart. Lasting purpose. Okay. And it's unbelievable. But I fall in love with my practice. I fall in love with learning this chiropractic philosophy. So I keep reading about it. And what happened is I really feel that every day is a brand new day with new things coming up, you know, and is by having a lasting purpose mindset, by keep growing on my chiropractic principles, is I just see my garden getting greener and greener, okay, and when and with more and more uh, beautiful things, more flowers. It's all beautiful. Okay? But it's up to you to start working on those things. Okay? How could you tell somebody, a patient, are you patient what you're doing if you don't believe in it? So you got to work on your beliefs. How? I will suggest you to go and look and see a chiropractor that is busy, a chiropractor that is doing what I'm telling you. You guys are welcome to come, or you're welcome to write me, okay, if you need any help, because you're part of my vision. You need to help me to bring chiropractic to 7 billion people. One person is not enough. One chiropractor is not enough. 6,000 chiropractors is not enough. 100,000 chiropractors is not enough. Okay, but just imagine the impact that we can have if we can bring chiropractic to the world, where they can understand that just like they go to Starbucks and have a coffee, they can just go into your chiropractic office, lay down, get in check, adjust it if you need it, and walking out of your office with the understanding that their life are better because they check their power, their operating power. And that will be our next topic on our next show. It's gonna be our operating power. But just to know that we have an operating power and that it needs to be taken care. Okay, just like you need to take care the love for your family and the love for your wife is a must to do with this operating power, with this within you. And one of the ways is by how you talk to yourself. So we'll be talking about that on our next show. Okay, so we need to act. Okay, and when I say act, it's simply if simply prepare yourself, prepare yourself every day, prepare yourself, and make your destination, okay, and your journey the same thing. Okay, don't separate things. Okay, and just go into an inward learning, inward um, growing, because the master of your practice is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. Okay, with that, I want to leave you. Okay, but my last thing is this: practice with purpose. Okay, a man without a purpose is like a boat without a rudder, without a captain. It's going to be pulled anywhere. Okay, but a chiropractor with purpose is going to maintain himself firm. So work on your purpose. Even better if you have a lasting purpose mindset. If you want to learn something about lasting purpose, life's mindset, please come to DE, Dynamic Essentials. And the next one is next month in October. So I hope to see you there. Okay, with love and appreciation, I want to say goodbye. And also to let you know that next week in the next show is going to be Miss Chen Jan. So please tune in. Okay. Thank you all for your attention and God bless.